Smooth.
All right. Oh, she just went off the screen as soon as we go live. It's all good. We're about to. All right, we're going live. Put this on. Share the link. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Skirt Talk. I'm Lady Shay. Can you hear Angela?
Yeah, this is Lady A. I'm sorry, my dog is acting crazy in the back.
And we have two special guests.
I can't hear you, Elbow.
You can't hear us? Toya, can you hear us?
Mm-hmm.
The look that she gave, like, Amanda, just go out and try to come back in. Leave and come back in. I don't even know how to do it. Yeah, I have to switch and stuff. Sorry, y'all, technical difficulties with our guests, but we will be celebrating this month. It's Women's Health Month, and today we will be discussing women's health and mental health. And so we're kind of gonna tell a little bit about our experiences, things that we go through with mental health and everything. So let me see if she came back on. 1 second. Okay. I don't see her yet. Okay. But so we'll let our special guest go ahead and start first.
Hi, everyone. My name is Latoya. I am currently, so am I just introducing? I'm 23 now. I did just have a birthday. I'm definitely feeling the age. Wow, thank you. You don't bounce back like you used to. I woke up at 10 o'clock after drinking instead of 9, so the age catches up. But I am currently in the military right now. So your overall question is about women's health?
Yes, and I kind of wanted to kind of pick your brain because not only you're a woman, but you're a young woman and you're in the military, you're away from your family, you know, all that stuff. And I kind of just want to see how that takes a toll on you.
So I feel as if, I don't know, I feel like my situation is a little bit weird. Like, for first off, like my mom did not want me to join the military. Like me going off to the military was my own ordeal when it came down to everything. So like kind of taking that step out was kind of like a big change in my life because I joined when I was 17, left at 18. And then I had the strongest reality check when it came to, okay, it's either you're going to boss up or you're going to break. And it's crazy because you have all these people yelling at you, but I think the people that struck me the hardest were like the female drill sergeants. Like they instill in you to be strong, like to have not really more of a weakness when it comes to feelings, but to kind of, I don't know, you have to be mentally strong to keep going. So as far as being away from family, it's been over 5 years so far, and it has taken a toll, especially when I was in Afghanistan last year. And then I came home expecting to, visit my family in Arizona and Corona. So it takes a toll for the most part. It's just a little bit, you just gotta deal with it. I'm more of the suck it up buttercup kind of person to keep going. I don't just stop the track because I feel sad. So that's just the reality of things. It's just keep on moving. I don't know.
Do you have other women there that you experience that have, problems being away or?
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. When it comes to like mental health, you would be I've seen more men crack in the Army than I have women. And the ones that I have seen cracked completely. Like it sounds really, really messed up, but you have to be really careful with who you deal with because I remember when I first went on my rotation to Europe. I was new in the Army. I met this girl, and she's a little bit older than me. At this point, she was probably 25, and I thought that she was completely normal. until I realized that, okay, yeah, the toll of her being away, and I guess that we were away from the flagpole, she kind of felt free in a different country. She started developing a lot of issues and drinking habits, and that's a big issue with the military is when people don't have like the ability to have that kind of that link to reality, that some kind of connection to bring you back home. They go off the rails, and so with that, like she I guess you could say, like misery loves company.
Yeah.
In the army, like if you see someone like that, they will definitely try to bring you back down, because that's exactly what she tried to do. And so when it comes to those kind of situations, as of now, I've grown to keep my distance from a lot of people, because yes, people do break, people do kill themselves, people do insane things in order to kind of come back to reality and like get that connection. Because even in Afghanistan, people will try to fake illnesses, people will get pregnant knowing damn well you're in a whole nother country. It's like, why? Like, if you know how long we're out here, why would you go above and beyond to injure yourself, to get pregnant, to do these crazy things? Because like they just can't handle being away, and a lot of the times they get people killed because they cannot they can't deal with that kind of separation anxiety. I take it very seriously when it comes to mental health. That's why they call it a brotherhood, because we're so close to each other, and as soon as you kind of have any kind of drama that breaks you apart from the pack, it gets dangerous. Depression sets in. It's just not a good feeling for anything. So yes.
So do you how do you guys support each other? And also
honestly, so when I was in Afghanistan, I had a lot of, I think that was when my true career was put to the test. We already came out there with a lot of drama. The brothers that I thought that I had, I felt like they were betraying me in that time. So we already kind of came out there with a lot of drama. And I kind of felt that isolation before I even got out to another country. And now you have people trying to kill you literally and shooting out mortars. And if you don't, I feel like for being away from home, you can't go home to sleep. You go back to these crappy barracks, and then you still have that isolation form. It really just makes you want to crack and to break and to go home. The way that I supported my girls is that we try to keep ourselves preoccupied. Like for me, I found trading, and I was like, okay, sweet. This is what I'm going to focus on in order to stay sane. Like you come up with these routines, no matter what it is. It can be something super small as far as like, hey, I'm going to walk down to a different part of the fob, come back, and then do some homework or whatever. The only real way that we keep each other sane is just keeping to ourselves. Like we don't branch out. We don't try to go above and beyond to meet other people, because like I will go into far detail. The more people that you know of, the sketchier things get, and the more people bring you into bad situations. So we just kept it small. Whenever we had issues, we talked about it. We never kept anything bottled up. And if it came to a point where the hands needed to fly, the hands needed to fly. And that's just kind of how we dealt with things up there. And that's that.
That's good. What do you suggest to people that are, before they even make that decision to go into the military, what do you suggest that they think about before they actually make that decision?
I would think about where you want to end up at. Like a lot of people join and they don't have a plan with what they want to do with their life. They just think, oh, well, I'm not doing anything, so I want to join the military. And they don't understand what comes along with the job and all the stressors and where you'll be at and all the separation. So I think the big thing that I would tell anyone is to come up with a goal. Like, are you trying to retire with the military? Are you trying to get out? And for a lot of people that don't think that they're going to retire, I would immediately start planning like, hey, what am I going to do when I get out of the military? Because everyone thinks, yeah, I'm going to stay in 20 years, but the Army doesn't give a damn about you. You're a number. Like, I get, like, you have your chain, your support chains and everything else. But at the same time, like, the military is not a forever thing. I think the biggest thing is while you're in, use every resource that you can. I mean, the smallest resources, because they can give you damn near the key to everything, the key to the civilian world. I feel as though a lot of people don't take advantage of it, like the TA, the free college that you get. I would say come in with a plan of, hey, when I get out, where do I want to be mentally, physically, emotionally, and as far as a career job, because the Army will spit you out. The second you get injured and you're not usable, you're gone. And it's the little things like that would be my little addition for anybody, is to actually think about what you're doing. But it is a great resource. I definitely wouldn't tell anyone not to do it. I would just be ready to do something new. So that'll be mine.
Yeah, well,
Thank you, Toya, for sharing that, because I at one point wanted to join the Air Force when I was right after I graduated from high school. But it only deterred me just because they told me when I had to join, I would have to give up custody of my daughter that I had my only child that I had at the time. So that kind of like frustrated me, because I was like, I don't want to give up my baby.
That is, I think that's one of the most heartbreaking rules, is that if you are a single parent, and I think the system is really not built for single parents in the Army, because my best friend was a single mother, and it's not like you have a spouse to take care of your child when you're gone. Like if the healthcare is down, like you have to go to your child. You have to be the one responsible for that. And I think before you deploy, you have to sign the rights away to another parent or another guardian. I think that's insane, especially for new mothers. Like once they have a new child, once they go through the rehabilitation process, and then it's okay, now you have to deploy. Okay, well, your year-old or your 2-year-old baby has to go to someone else. Like that is insanely and even mentally crazy to have something so close to you and you just have to snatch it away.
Yeah,
I think that is the tough part, especially coming in as a single parent and understanding like, hey, as a single parent, they'll expect you to do everything as a married couple could do, which I think is a little bit crappy on the Army's part. It really all depends on your chain of command.
Yeah, I was the same way. I felt the same way. I was like, I knew she would have been in good hands while I was gone, but it was just the fact of letting my baby go for that time. And then now hearing you saying that, we go through, women go through a lot while they're in there. I probably would have broke being without my baby, and then mental stuff.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Yeah,
I think the craziest thing, it kind of sounds crazy, but the biggest struggles that I had to deal with in the military is not men. I've had the biggest struggles dealing with women in leadership positions, which I feel like if I talk to a lot of my counterparts, they would have the same ordeal, because I don't know what it is about joining the military and like this mentality that you have to be the biggest, the baddest, but it breeds negativity. And so I feel like I've had many battles with females than I have males throughout my entire military experience. And it's sad, because you would think that as a woman, you would stand by another woman and to try to lift them up and to bring them up. But that's not the case in the Army. Like people are hardcore. They're going to be buttholes, and they would definitely try to drag you down. That's a lesson that I had to learn the easy way and the hard way, is to just, you got to stay to yourself. Like once you find your good group of people, keep it that way, because you never know that one snake that gets into the mist and then you got a big issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
That's too bad that it's like that in there.
Yeah, like giving my children just to no.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. Like I think my first true female friend that I thought was my female friend, once she started causing drama for herself, and I'm talking like, if I told you guys this story, it's just a complete poop show. Like, first of all, you're not allowed to sleep with higher ups. She was all about that. She was sleeping around. And I didn't know this at the time, but when word came out, I was always hearing stuff about her. But at the same time, like, no, that's my girl. Like, I know that I just met her, but at the same time, like, it's only 2 females on this base for the most part. The male to female, or the male to female ratio was like, I feel like it was like 30-1. It was insane. So I was like, at the same time, like, I have to stick by you. And then when all of her situations caught up to her, the first thing that she wanted to do was blame Wilcoxon. And first of all, I have an amazing reputation. So when it came down to, oh, Wilcoxon's just talking shit about me and everything else, I was like, who said what? This is your actions. Why are you even bringing me into this investigation? Luckily, I'm smart. And I record and I document everything. So when I caught her on camera saying that, like basically calling out all of her wrongs, and it came down to actual investigation, it saved me a demotion. So I'm like, and I just couldn't, even still, that was the biggest lesson that I learned. It's like you really can't trust everybody in the military because they don't have your best interest. Women
So
don't.
Do you think with her, because of her, do you think that's part of being away, her like acting out because she doesn't have people and her family and all that, so she acted out sexually to fill a void that she was maybe missing because she was away?
No. At the same time, you gotta think about this. At that time, I was 18. I think I just turned 19. She was 25 years old. At this time, an adult is an adult. I really don't blame, like when it comes to people making bad decisions, I like to look at their overall picture. But at the same time, as an adult, you have accountability over your actions, no matter how you feel. Like, I'm definitely not the person to say, oh, well, if I go through it, you can go through it. I hate that term without a doubt, because everyone goes through their different demons, everyone goes through different troubles. But at the same time, it's like, I get that I get that you miss your family, because at the same time, I miss mine. But bringing someone else into your drama because it makes you feel better does not mean that you have a separation anxiety of your family. That's just because you're a shitty person. And I don't know, when it comes to people doing stupid things and I hear their story, I like to kind of have that side by side, but at the same time, I'm all about accountability and accepting your actions. So if the girl want to sleep around, the girl want to sleep around. Just own up to it. She's single. We were single at the time. Like, honey, like we saw you. You ain't gotta hide it. That's just how I am about it.
And for the facts for
You kind of cut out. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear that last part. Was that it, Lady A?
Yeah, Lady A. Check your volume, Lady A. We can't hear you. That's another thing I want to learn sign language, like Amanda, like she tried to do. I want to learn. I know alphabet sign language and stuff, but I don't know.
I wish I learned. That's the one language that I wish I could.
That is like something that I wish and want to learn how to
Yeah.
do stuff. Like that's awesome. Still can't hear you.
That's so strange how it just cut off mid-sentence too.
Right, I know. She must could hear us because she's shaking her head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But try to go out and come back in. Yeah, so, but that's what I just, wonder about the women's health and, what people go through. And
it's a good piece, and we do have a lot of there's a lot of support channels for people that do have that kind of mental health issues or anything that they need to get off their chest. We do have a lot of chaplains to talk about or to help us out. But I guess in the military, you're really taught to not show that. You're taught to not feel or seem weak. And that's one emotion that what I say, you kind of just suck it up, because a lot of people are thinking the same thing. Oh, we're going through the exact same thing together. But it's like, well, if you can't change it, why talk about it, kind of ordeal. So a lot of mental health is swept under the covers.
Yeah. So do you think that is a good thing for, for you guys during that time? Because, that's just kind of like, it's the same way as boys grow up. The boys are growing up and, be a man and you can't cry and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing. And that gives them that hard shell. So when they're growing up, they're not able to be vulnerable and emotional with their women and wives and stuff like that, because they're not that. Same thing with the military. If you're taught do this, and then when they finally get out of the military, are they so hard? Are they so just?
I would say they're hard. I think about my situation, and just because I was basically like my entire adulthood was through the Army. Like as soon as I turned 18, I left home, and now I'm 23 years old, and I was always taught like, hey, don't be a B word, don't be this, don't be that. And over time, like I didn't realize the lasting effects of the mentality that you have in the military, because even with my husband now, I cannot open up in a way that a lot of other wives can. Like, to me, like, I feel like I compartmentalize a lot of things, and I feel like, to me, that's totally normal. So I have an issue when it comes to, like, I have the empathy and just like all those other feelings when it comes to, okay, understanding people. But for myself, I physically cannot talk to people about how I feel. Like, if it comes down to I'm having a bad day, I rather not talk about it at all than to even say anything. And I do say that directly correlates to the military, because when it comes down to everything, me having a bad day, me feeling sad, in my mind, no one really cares. So why would I bring it up to anybody if I know that they're not going to change it? So I feel like that's definitely an issue among veterans coming out of the military, is that issue to have that vulnerability. I cannot talk. And those issues. So yeah, that's something that needs to change, but will it? No, it won't.
Yeah, and that's just like, that's too, like, I'm the same way. Like, I don't, talk or express, and I keep it in. But I, have learned, and everybody's always like, you're the strong one. So I always felt, I have to be the strong one of the family and stuff like that. But I've learned as I got older, it is okay not to always be strong, and to be able to feel and cry or hurt or whatever it may be that I need to do. And, that's where, why I want to discuss, the mental health of women, because there's the mental health of women that, are like me, but then there's the other ones that are reaching out, are saying things, are expressing, but are not getting a response from people and stuff. And there's so many different things that women go through, from relationships to, stillbirth or loss of a child, to marriage, to drinking, to just being depressed, feeling alone. Like, there's so many aspects of the mental health that we go through. And it's just where, like, you're a strong person and everything, and you kind of, I say, hold your stuff and kind of just like, hey, I ain't got time to think about myself. I gotta do what I gotta do, keep it moving and stuff. But everybody is not able to do that. So the ones, especially during the pandemic and everything, it's like, we used to be, say, a single mom, being at home and everything, fine, go out with the girls, chill, do all that stuff. So they had something to do. But then the pandemic hit, and then it's like, you really realize that you're by yourself. You're alone. You don't have a mate, and things like that. I think a lot of women it has set in more now than before the pandemic and stuff like that, and just starting to feel like you don't have anybody and going through things. Like, for me, I'm telling my story. Like, right now, I have to go. I just was put on 2 weeks ago, where I have to have iron infusion every Monday I go. And then I also, I had my breast reduction, but now I have like some lump and everything. And so I've had my mammograms, I had ultrasounds, MRIs, and now tomorrow I have to have a biopsy. Now, before, when I had my husband, had my parents here, all that stuff, it was like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll worry about it and everything like that. But, I had them here with me and talking and all that. So, it was like, cool, okay, I get through, you like have a little, but since now I don't have them here, it's more stressful to me. I don't sleep as well when I have something that I know is coming up, for especially like a biopsy. Like, I'm not scared of needles, I don't mind needles and all that, but excuse me, you're putting it into a whole nother place that I'm not used to, so that's when I start kind of flipping myself out, where normally I would have, like I said, my husband or my parents or something here with me. They go to the doctor's appointments, they hospital whenever I had any procedures and all that stuff. And now I don't have that. And so it's kind of I want to say not mentally messing with me, but I guess in a way it is, where I'm just like scared. Like I done bought some cream and stuff that I'm like, I'm trying to numb myself before I go there. Like everything is just, it's like stressful, and I'm trying to keep my mind off of it and do other things to stay busy. But to lose something that you've had all your life, and now you're going through stuff by yourself, is a big change that I wasn't ready for. And so like now it's just, like I said, it's just so terrifying. I know I got my girls and stuff like that, but which I love, and thank y'all for your support, love y'all, but it's not the same as having your parents there that have been there for everything, through everything. It's not the same as having a husband. And I'm pretty sure, anybody that's out there that's married, if you're sick, if you're hurting, you got your husband and stuff like that, your family can come comfort you. It's awesome, but it's a totally different feeling when your husband's there. And so not to have that in family, so it's like, I don't know, like I'm going through different emotions right now, and like I said, tomorrow is a big scary thing to me, even though I've been YouTubing and looking at procedures. But some women say, oh, don't hurt, other women are saying it does, but then not knowing what it is as well, which I'm trusting and believing it's just some scar tissue or something that happened after my breast surgery, and it's not cancer or anything, but all that stuff that goes through my mind and thoughts, and then I still gotta raise kids and do all this other stuff, and then being alone and not having a mate, where I'm when I was 15, all the way until a couple years ago I was with somebody, and stuff. So all that stuff plays a different part in mental health. And because I'm not being the one that I used to be, it's like, you gotta stay strong, you're strong with a family, suck it up, put it behind you, keep it moving. And I'm allowing myself to open up more. It's like all these extra emotions going on. So
I think adding it out of any situation is insanely difficult. Like any situation can, from 0 to 100, the second that you have any kind of child in the mix of things, because not only do you have to worry about you staying strong for yourself, but I feel like it's definitely harder to have someone who you are raising that idolizes you, looking up to you as that strength for them throughout these hard times. I feel like that just puts a whole nother level of pressure, especially when it comes to your situation. Like when it comes to medical issues, I'm always worried about it. It could be the smallest thing, especially with you going through like everything that you've gone through. I think like definitely losing that support change of like having like your man around. Like I don't think anyone really, I mean, I'm pretty sure they all do realize like just how much that really affects your mood, like how it affects your day-to-day thing. Just having someone there, like what you're talking about. Because as much as like I had my husband beforehand, I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I can live my life without you whenever I get mad. And like I really had to think about it. I was like, you know what? You do make my life a little bit easier from time to time. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel as if like out of everything that you're going through, do you think that you're growing? Like have you noticed a different kind of, have your values changed? Like have you figured out like different things to make you, I don't know, deal with everything?
No, I feel, I am definitely growing, and I can do things like, okay, cool, I can do this on my own and everything. Just like on Valentine's Day, like I've never, ever been that person to go somewhere by myself. Like I ain't going to the movies by myself. I'm not sitting at dinner by myself. I'm not doing any of that type of stuff, bowling, nothing by myself. But Valentine's Day, I was by myself. So you know what? I got dressed up. I went out by myself, and I had an amazing time. I was my best date. Like I had the best time, and so I'm learning to be, it's okay to be alone. It's okay.
You're like free. A piece of me is still jealous. Like I know that I have like Sean now, but like beforehand, like there's no better feeling than doing things like on your own. Like I love to just get dressed up, take my pictures. Honestly, when I was single, I didn't give a damn. Like I was on Tinder. I was doing my thing. I was living the best life. There was no one that could tell me nothing when I was single. I was like I could just wild out. And like no one could be like, oh, don't you got a man? Don't worry about it. If I got a man, I'm single. Like I just there's just a sense of pride when it comes with being single. Like, even now, like I tell, like a lot of people will get in relationships and they don't think that they could tell that to their spouse. Like, you know what? I do miss the aspect of being single. Hell yeah. Like there's this sense of freedom that is just so comforting in my little heart of, damn, the only one I got to worry about is myself. And then you get tied up and it's like, damn, I got to worry about you too. It's just two different ordeals with it. I love it. You should get on Tinder. That's all you need.
That because I've always had somebody, and so I've never experienced that. And then I've always just, like I said, I don't know if it was a fear thing to be by myself, but I just like,
you better start doggy paddling. There's so many fish in the sea. Ooh, I'm telling you, that's all you need. No, we can get up. We can have a photo shoot. Post your sexy. That's the key to being single. Key to being single is posting thirst traps from time to time. You know, you gotta show a little butt, and have fun. I'm telling you, like, that's all you need. Just have someone follow you around, make an Instagram, you know, swipe right or left, go on dates. You know, you can just go on dates. You can have people pay for your food and live the good life. Oh, you have so much fun getting back in the dating scene. Are you ready to get back in the dating scene?
I don't know what I'm ready to do. I'm just like enjoying, loving being myself and finding myself completely.
Getting to know yourself is probably what's key.
Yeah, because I've been with, you know, from age 15, you know, got married at 18. So, you know, I've never like been by myself. So I'm like learning, like, okay, you really cool though. Like, you, like, for real. Like, so that's why I'm like, I was enjoying over there and just chilling, having a good time. Didn't care about who was looking at me. And like, so I'm loving that aspect. And, you know, without even having to have a, you know, a breakup and everything to go through that to learn, you know, I suggest women find themselves and learn and do that before you get into a marriage and break up and all that type of stuff like that. But learn to love yourself and enjoy it, because I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I go sit at a restaurant now and grub. Like,
that's all you gotta do. That is all you gotta do. I feel like there's a negative connotation on loving myself. Like when people say, you're bitter because you say you love yourself. Like, oh, you're just trying to, that's like your thing to get out of it. But like, that is a true thing. Like loving yourself, spending time with me is important. Even with relationships, I'm like, yo, it's me time. I gotta love myself over there by myself. Thank you. But I'll come back to it. That's like, I love that. That's the best part.
I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoy my me time. My kids always say that to me, and they're like, "Mom, you talk about when we out, we're on our own. You're gonna be by yourself." You know, of course, you know I have Jason here, but I'm like, I love it when I'm by myself. I love it. I love my me time by myself. I could stay at home by myself all weekend and kick
all day.
I'm fine with it. Cool. I was just going out in public and sitting and doing stuff by yourself, movies, watching, bowling, all that stuff. I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I never would. So now I'm at that point, like, I do it all. I don't even care. Like,
piece to your story is like you coming out of your shell and actually experiencing something that you never thought that you could, because a lot of people don't get to the step that you're at right now. Like I know so many people I can call on my phone and say, hey girl, why are you still in the house? Like, just, I don't have no one to go out with. Like, just like you came into this world not by yourself, but overall you're meant to be by yourself. But honestly, I don't know where I was going with that. Do things by yourself. Long story short, that's the thing. Do things by yourself.
Yeah, no, and then that's part of like my mental health going through and everything, that I'm like, okay, like you're okay. Like, you are really okay, whether you have a man or not, you're okay. And that's what it took me some time to get there and learn. And I'm still gonna learn. I mean, I think life is a learning all the way until the day you die. You're learning something. So, but it's just it's great to be able to come out and I want to say, I don't know, because I'm, you know me, y'all know me, I'm not a quiet person. I speak to anybody. I'm like very outgoing, anything. But I guess my personal issues, life, all that stuff, I've always kept private and to myself and didn't, you know, speak on it or anything like that. But now I'm like, I'm cool. I can feel like I'm don't have to be strong all the time. You know, there's things I've watched and teared up now and stuff before. I'm like, suck it up, you can't cry. You know,
That's good.
so like all that different things that is coming out of me. I'm okay to, you know, feel a little bit nervous and scared and all that stuff. Where before, you know, I may be nervous and scared about something, and I'll be like, somebody asked me, and I'm like, no, I'm cool, and really I'm flipping out, but I'm like, cool, I'm cool. Now I'm like, literally, if I gotta flip out, I'm gonna flip out. Like everybody flip out. Like I don't care anymore. And so I'm loving, you know, that part and stuff. But and depression and stuff like that, I have had it, but I've never been in like a deep depression or anything like that, because I've always been that type of person that would be depressed, but I gotta keep it moving. So I don't have time to be depressed. I got kids, I got this, I got to keep it going. And so that's kind of how I've always been and hit all my feelings and stuff like that. And now it's just like coming out. So
yeah. But I'm very vocal about all my emotions, very vocal about it all. Like beforehand, when I went to Afghanistan, before I went, I was like, oh, Afghanistan's going to be nothing. I'm not afraid of it. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's nothing. And then I got there, and then my life was on the line. I'm over here running, facing the dirt, hoping that nothing lands on me. And I'm like, I think I need to change the way I speak about things, because I am not shit. Like, I'm a baby out in this world, and I was acting like a big bad wolf. And when things started hitting the fan, I was like, I am really not mentally ready for this stuff. I went straight to the chaplain, right to the church. I was like, you know what? This time, I need to get back to the roots. Like, I need to do some real self-assessments on why I felt the need to act like a big bad bunny when I was just a little scaredy cat. So I was like, yeah, let me change my ways.
Yeah. Angela, I'm gonna have a question for you in a minute, but I'm gonna go into some comments. We have, hey Jaleesa, and then Shantae says, hey ladies, hi Tysa. Sephora says, being strong isn't an option as a single mom. Hi ladies. And then she also said, it's an attitude, it's a personal, it's survival. And then Shantae said, oh, that's awesome, Ebony. Laugh out loud. Hey ladies. So, but Angela, what have you went through or going through mental health wise as a woman, whether it's being a mother, stuff you're going through, being you're engaged, whatever, what are you?
Oh my gosh. You know what I've been going through a lot lately is just, I'm not even gonna lie, just struggling like with having my time by myself. It's always, I never get that time to be alone. So when I do get that time, I truly enjoy it. And my kids don't see how, but I never get time alone. Like, being in a relationship, you gotta cater to their needs. My friends, I feel, and I'm gonna talk to you later, Miss Ebony, because about this whole procedure thing, you could have let me know.
I swear I told you, girl.
But, no, you didn't. But we'll talk about that later. But for as this person, just trying to be there for your friends. Trying to be a good friend to your friends, plus your relationship, plus your kids. Girl, I was just trying to have time for myself. It's so hard. So I'm getting emotional now because I feel like I don't have time for myself. Like, I just want time for me. Like, I just want time for me. Like, I love hearing that you get to go out and go to dinner by yourself. I want to do that. Like, hey, can I go to dinner by myself? Like, I always got somebody that wants to be with me, which I love it. Like, I love my kids. I love being around my kids 24/7. But dang, I want me time too. So I've just been struggling trying to have time for myself, which hopefully I can get that time soon. Like, I really want to just go on a vacation by myself. And maybe I am going to have to book a weekend just for me. Like, Jason, you're not coming. The kids are not coming. It's just me. So I'm struggling with my time by myself because I feel like I always got something to do. And then I'm always trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be there for everybody else, but I don't feel like I'm here for myself. So I'm struggling with me, trying to get time for myself. So you guys will get me all emotional, but yeah, I'm just struggling with finding time. I need my me time. Somebody come take me away. Drop me.
Just start doing it. Like, that's a must. Just finding a way to do it. And you have older kids, so it's not like they're babies or anything. You have to, be around and.
But
And all
they're still so needy. I feel like
What
they're
is their
still so
age?
needy.
How old are they?
My oldest is 23. I have a 20, soon to be 21-year-old, 19, 16. I have my custody of my niece now. She's 15. And then my son's 14 and my baby's 13.
Oh wow,
So
you're good. All of them can watch the little ones. Like that is it. I wouldn't even tell them. I would pack my bags. I'd be like, hey, and I would real quickly before I leave, I'd be like, y'all watch the little ones, and I would just run. I would run because what are they gonna do at that point? It's in their hands. You gave them the notification prior, and I'm like, I'm already gone. I'm already halfway to Barbados. Even if they see you pulling around the corner, I'm gone. Out of sight, out of mind.
But it's like I can do that with them, but it's like when you have a relationship though too, it's not, if it's not them, if I can do something with the kids, then I got, like, you know what I'm saying, I got my significant other too that's looking at me like, hey, I need my time too. And it's like, dang, I can get rid of the kids, but then I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, can I just be by
I'll give him
myself?
the hard pass too. I will pack my bags before he asks where you're going. I say, I'm gone, and just leave. Peace out.
That's so many aspects of the mental health, like, just wanting to be by yourself, but then somebody else wants to be with somebody, and it's just like so many emotions and mental health that we go through as women, and it's just like that's part of why I want this skirt talk, because we need to be able to let out and talk to somebody and feel and know that we're not alone, and women out there that have husbands or boyfriends or whatever in prison and stuff like that, and they're doing it on the the own and trying to worry about giving them, like, I've been through that, so it's so many aspects of different things that women, and I feel you on that time alone, because man, sometimes I'll be from that grocery store, I'll go get, and I just sit in the car, like lean back listening to some music for like 30 minutes before I have to walk in the house and see the kids, but I'll be like, Lord, don't. And I learned to stop coming in the driveway, because sometimes they'll peek out the window to see if I'm here or something, and the car, and I'm just like, oh,
you gotta switch it up on them. Go to the back
now and kind of sit in the mailbox, cool, give my little second for a minute, and then come in. But
is your husband the needy type?
Mine?
Yeah.
You said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, he is.
See,
if I got the time away, like we start doing like little times where we're gonna have like a weekend away together, which is fine. We need our special time, but then it's like, dude, I need time to myself too. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be there for everybody else, and when I'm I'm like there for everybody else. I'm always the strong one, but I'm like, dude, when can I have my time? Who's gonna?
My husband's the same way.
Yeah.
I think the big important thing when it comes to that is just kind of having that talk. Like we were good now, but in the beginning, like when we actually got married and then we started living together full time, and I realized just how clingy he is. I had to keep my voice down because he's in the other room. Last thing I needed to hey, how clingy he was, and I was like, geez, like I'm like that person that's like, okay, give me my cuddles, and like when I'm on my own, leave me alone. Like I like to enjoy you being next to me, doing your own thing. Like that's how I feel. Like I don't have to be all up underneath him the entire time. Like I feel happy, like if he's in the same room and I can do what I need to do and he can do what he needs to do. I would just have that talk. Like obviously, like your husband loves you, and I think that he should be more than understanding with like, hey babe, like you just need to give me my space or else I'm leaving. But then don't give ultimatums.
Yeah, she's throwing the ultimatums out of there.
I like it. I love that, Ebony, though, because I'm one of those people where I can't go to the. I mean, I can go eat now, I think, by myself, but I can't go to the movies by myself. I just feel like I have to have somebody at the movie. I know, and I think that's kind of opposite. Like, I should be able to go to the movies by myself and not go out to eat by myself. But I feel like I can go out to eat by myself, but I don't know if I can go to the movies by myself.
No one even knows that you're by yourself in the movie theater, though. You look like you're with the pack the entire time.
Because I want to have somebody to laugh with and be like, girl,
Oh, okay, I see that.
I want to
Yeah,
Just
you
being
can
friends with
laugh.
strangers.
It's fun. You can do it because I was laughing with myself, like, "Hi, girl, yes."
Sometimes I laugh too much and I have to check around. Like,
Yeah, that's why you look around and be like, ah, girl,
make
that
it
was
low
funny.
key.
that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, what you drinking on? We forgot to do our drink. I got lemon water. I'm trying to still diet and lose some weight.
I got
No.
regular water.
I'm drinking mark.
Amanda, I can't see you. I hear you.
I try to go off of gallons, so
Woo.
I'm pretty good so
Do
far.
that a day?
That's a good
Yeah.
gallon. I need that.
I can't do it every day. Like, I know that people say, oh, you should drink a gallon a day, but like, I personally, if I'm not thirsty, I'm not gonna keep drinking it. Like, I may have just opened up that one, and I only drink that much because I was drinking last night and I woke up thirsty. So yeah, it is what it is. But I don't drink a gallon a day. I'll probably drink like maybe 3/4 of it before I'm just like, whatever.
But yeah, so like, Amanda, you still there?
All right, ladies. I hate to
Yeah,
tell you,
I'm here.
cut out.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, Toya, it's nice. Thank you for joining us.
Bye,
You.
Toya.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Amanda. I know you guys really caught me off guard when you talk about like mental health and like leaving the army. I'm like, dang, I didn't really think about all these things and how it could correlate to all these people acting crazy. Shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, thank you for joining us.
So,
yeah, it's nice. Second time.
Next time we'll have you again for sure.
For sure. All right, bye.
Bye. Amanda, you got
Bye.
two more cameras so we can ask you. Because you got babies right now.
I don't know why. I can see myself in the 3 screen thing, but I don't know why you can't see me.
No,
I done logged off and logged on 50 million times.
I don't know why it does that sometimes. But tell us about your experience as a whatever you go through mentally and being a mother and you a newborn mother. What you call it?
Newborn
And you're planning.
Wedding and like everything. Like what's up with you? We checking on you mentally.
There's a lot of things I do. I drink a glass of wine. I keep on drinking. No, I'm joking. Being a new mom and she's just learning how to crawl, so she's getting into everything. And then the kids going back to school too, so that would kind of help because they're actually gonna go back to in person starting tomorrow. Well, one of them goes back tomorrow. The other one starts next week. I don't know where the control is. And the other one starts next week. So that will kind of take a little bit pressure off my back. And then planning a wedding. I just do that little by little. And my mom's helping me too. So, and then you and Demi and stuff. Huh?
So how does like, you know, what do you do to get that time to yourself to decompress from all this mental, like everything that, because you got the kids, older ones, you know, they be arguing and stuff like that. Then you got the baby that you got to take care of. Then you got to your man when he come home, tend to him. You got to cook. You got to, like, I'm telling you, like, you got to do all that stuff. And then, you know, still, and you, like, Amanda, I hate hair and doing hair and stuff, but she keeps up with the girls' hairs and all that stuff. And it's just like, I really don't see where she does, like you, Angela, take that time to herself. Like, I don't really see neither one of you taking that time to yourself. And I was the same way as you guys, but I've learned, like, I'm finna go do my stuff, like, take my time now. Like, before I wasn't, but now I am. So I would love to see you guys do that. But Amanda, what do you do to get any time to yourself? Because, like I say, you have all that stuff that you're doing.
I really don't. Before I had Kobe, I was able to because the oldest ones can stay here. But now with the baby, I really don't. Only time I have time to myself is when she's taking a nap.
So we got to figure out how we can get ladies out there. If y'all have any ideas on what y'all doing, we got to figure out how we can get all these women and ladies to be able to take a mental, like, for themselves. And what I mean by a mental break is get away from kids, get away from spouses, husbands, people, and just be able to have that time to yourself to be able to just enjoy yourself, find yourself, love yourself, and just have fun, whether it's sipping a wine out on a porch of a hotel or something by yourself, whatever it may be. Like, we have to kind of figure out what we need to do. So you would need to kind of, Amanda and Lady A, kind of say what you need. Like, okay, I need somebody to make sure my kids have dinner for, the weekend, for instance. So that way I can go and spend a weekend to myself. Or I need to make sure, hey, they got to be picked up from school. If it's during a weekday or whatever, they got to be picked up from school. I need this. Like, you guys have to start saying what you need assistance with. And that's for all the ladies watching and women, people out there, start saying what you need assistance with. And say, for instance, you're in Arizona, okay, we can reach out to each other to help. But if you're in another state, okay, now we need to connect you with somebody in your state to be able to help you to be able to have that time to yourself. Because I think it really is important, and I didn't realize how much it was until I actually had it. So now that I had it, when I do get married again, I have a man, yeah, I'm keeping my time to myself. Like, there ain't gonna be no question about that. So, but yeah, I definitely want y'all to start writing a list of, okay, this is what I need to be able to get and obtain that time to myself, and get that mental break. I think also too, having a hobby like helps. And
My hobby is cleaning the house and cooking.
That's not a hobby, that's a job. As a mother, that is not a hobby, that's a job. You need a hobby, and that's sad that you mentioned that as a hobby. No, you need to, whether it's, I don't know, like, I like to dance, that's something. I like to dance, I like to write, that's something that I do. But you guys need to find a hobby that you guys can do outside of being around the kids.
I've had looked into some hip hop dance classes and stuff so I can meet some people, because I don't know nobody out here at all. But then I looked at the pricing and I was like,
I'm thinking about starting to do one live on like a Zoom or something like that, and we all get together and we do, some line dancing or whatever all together, and start teaching that stuff again. But
you need to hurry up and do that before my wedding.
Yeah. So I'm like, so we all can get together and do it, and
She just got her pants.
You don't feel alone.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Hey, what's your hobby?
I'm just trying back around.
I can't hear you again. I don't know why y'all keep cutting out. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know why she cut out. She gonna come back in. I gotta find a new streaming thing. I love it, but it keeps, I don't know why people cut out. Anyway, so yeah, your hobby. So we'll get you going with your hobby and stuff, so you can do that, and also have a mental break time. Like, you need that break, not cleaning, not cooking, unless you're let me recap. You can't cook if that's your hobby, that you just want to go in the kitchen, you love cooking, and you want to cook something, but not the cooking for, oh, I'm cooking because I got to cook for my family.
Yeah, that's the cooking because I got to cook for my family.
Yeah, so that's, like, we don't want you to have to do that. We want you to be able to cook because you just love cooking, or, and then you want to eat what you cook, because you love eating. Not, okay, I got to cook for the family and stuff. Like, you gotta separate that. So I don't know if you need to start doing like meal preparation ahead of time, like, okay, you prepare meals for 2-3 days, and that's what you have, where they could just be heated up, and then that's what they're gonna eat, and then you have your own cooking where, okay, I'm gonna cook this just for me. This is what I want, and do something like that.
Only thing is everybody don't like leftovers, so that's why I
Look,
cook a meal a day.
beggars can't be choosy. If you want to eat, you gonna eat the leftovers. Like if you're hungry, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. Or go find something in the kitchen and make it yourself. Like that's another thing that people and spouses and kids and all that don't realize that. Like we just sat here, we made this dinner, we cooked for you, did all that stuff, barely get thanked, then we turn around and have leftovers so we can have a break from cooking. And then you don't want leftovers, you want me to cook something else and everything. And then most of us women, we do it. And then now we got 2 sets of leftovers and we're wasting food and all that. So it's like we have to start putting our foot down, and especially with our kids, like, okay, well, you don't want what I cooked, and when it's leftovers today, then you better go find you something on your own because I'm not cooking it. This is what I have for dinner. You're either gonna eat it, or you're gonna go hungry, or you're gonna go make you a sandwich by yourself or something. But I'm not doing it. Like you have to start putting your foot down. And like I said, I've learned a lot of that stuff and started doing a lot of that stuff. And my kids would be like, "Mom, you ain't gonna do this, sure ain't." Nope, I told you. I cooked spaghetti yesterday. When I cooked it yesterday, I said it's gonna be dinner for the next day. So, but we have to, as women, learn how to do that stuff and speak up and everything instead of just, okay, well, the kids want it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh, the husband wants it. Okay, I'll do it. Like we can't, because in doing that, we're losing ourselves. Like we could be tired, have a headache, or anything like that, and sick or whatever, and we still get up and cook and clean and all that. Versus like, look, I don't feel well. I need you as my spouse to step up and take care of the kids and stuff right now. I don't feel well. Or your older kids, mommy don't feel well. I need you guys to go. This is how you heat up the food that's in the refrigerator. Take it out, heat it up this way, and go make that for your guys' dinner. I don't feel well. Instead of us getting up and doing it, because that another thing that messes with our mental health is like we're so tired and drained from doing so many different things, and then we got to turn around and do more things and then finally go to bed. It's like our whole day is consumed of everybody else and not ourselves.
Yeah, I usually cook dinner Monday through Friday. Thursday through Saturday I wash clothes. It's my schedule.
Yeah, and that's a lot. And like I said, we need to learn to take time for ourselves, and like it's really important for our mental health to be able to have a break. Just take a break, take a breather. And I didn't realize how important that was until I started having to do it, and I was able to do it. So now I see how important it is to be able to just take a break for myself, and I'm enjoying having that break for myself. Sorry.
I had a break today for a good 3 to 4 hours with no
What'd you do?
kids. I had to go help my fiance find a tux.
You see, that's a break, but it's not a break because you're still with him. No, that's a good thing. We need a break for ourselves. Like ladies out there, take a break for yourself. You need that for yourself. Whatever you do, if you need help in doing so, if you have little ones out there, if you have even if they're older and stuff and you need assistance, let us know, inbox us and everything. I've been in the daycare field since I was 15, watch kids and all that stuff, have 4 kids of my own and everything like that. So, I'm willing to help. I have kids that, my older kids, they watch kids as well and stuff like that. So if you guys need babysitters and stuff, Lady A, she has kids that would help and are great babysitters and stuff. So does Lady B. So, you guys have support that you guys can reach out to us, send us an inbox and stuff. It doesn't matter what state you are. If you're in another state, then, we're going to try to help you find some support or whatever. But you guys need to really start taking that time out to yourself. Like I said, I didn't realize how important and how much I was missing until I actually started doing it and stuff. So, like, you guys really need to, and just like Lady A, like, for you to get emotional because you don't have time for yourself, like, that's some crazy mess right there. Like, for real, that's some crazy-ish. Like you get emotional because you don't have time to yourself. Not where we normally women get emotional because you don't have time with your man, you don't get to spend enough time with him, or you don't get enough time with your kids. It's you didn't have enough time for yourself. And that's
I know that feeling. I've cried plenty of times.
yeah, and that's crazy. Like that's just crazy. That's an easy mental health fix. Not super easy because a lot of us have kids, but that's something we should be able to do and help each other out. So, ladies, you need a mental break. I got kids. I watch kids. Lady A got kids. We all got kids that watch kids and all that. Like, y'all need to hit us up. Like, we're here for you to help. We'll watch the kids. We'll, take care of it. So, my daughter over here, huh? All up in my business. But yeah, like we can do that. And that's what we just got to come together and start talking and telling each other what we need help with, what we need assistance with. If you guys need, help finding a house, if you need help finding resources for food and all that stuff, I do a lot of research and on that different type of stuff. So hit me up. Like if you need something, I'm good at researching and finding it and doing things, but I know there's other women out there that are good at stuff too. So we all just need to come together collectively and start helping each other out. Lady A, can you hear us? Yeah, I don't know what happened to your mic. I don't know what happened. Like we can't see one, we can't hear one. See no evil, hear no evil. What's going on? I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna get it together. I don't understand. Like that's why everybody loves computers and all that stuff. I hate them because they do mess up. And right now we having our little technical difficulties and everything, but we still gonna keep it moving. We gonna get back together where we're physically all together and we ain't gotta worry about all this mess anymore. Besides, when we have a guest, then we'll bring them on. But the rest of us that are here in Arizona, we gonna start getting back together, and then the other way we'll just, for instance, Amanda, she's in another state, she can pop in and we'll bring her on our live type of thing. So we'll start doing that and everything. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, all month is Women's Health Month. So we'll have, we're going to be talking about our physical health, and I'm going to be bringing a nurse on to speak with us. So if you women have questions on, how to take care of yourself, or if you have questions on procedures that you may be getting ready to go through or anything like that, we'll bring a nurse on where you guys are able to ask questions. We're definitely going to be talking about like hygiene and different things like that. Because there's some new stuff out there that I wish that I had when I had my menstruals and all different things like that. So there's a lot of new stuff that's out now that's helping a lot of women and everything. So we'll have that on and just other different things. So all this month is going to be Women's Health Awareness Month that we're going to be talking about and stuff. But we gonna, every episode we gonna stress And we're going to ask, what did you do? Because we come on weekly. We're going to ask, what did you do in the week to get time to yourself? I'm challenging all of y'all out there to at least take, let me think, maybe at least if we want to do it daily, like 20 minutes a day, or if we want to say at least 2 hours a week. However, we'll figure out something and get together, but challenging you guys to take that time to yourself. And if you're a woman out there and you have all that time to yourself and you're the opposite and you need time with somebody else, I'm going to challenge you to take that time with, whether it's a boyfriend, a spouse, or kids, whatever you're lacking and that you need, we're challenging you on that. So thank you all for tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I will be trying to, I don't know how much of my procedure or anything that I can speak on or film, but tomorrow I'm gonna go live on my, oh Lord, because I'm scared, y'all. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be, I'll be live on my personal, it's Lady E. Skirt Talk on IG, and Facebook Live I'll probably be on too. And just gonna let y'all know how the biopsy type of how I'm feeling and what's going on during that time and everything. And we also will be doing a follow-up on my finding my stillbirths, where they're buried at and everything. So I did find where they're at. So we will be going to visit the grave and everything. So I will do a live on that as well. So we have a couple of things that I will be going live on. And so yeah, so if you guys just tune in, I'll post and let you know so you guys can follow up on the first one was my lost loves journey. So I'm doing that. I have my weight loss journey that I'm doing. And then now this journey with the biopsy and other stuff that I'm going through. So I'm being open and sharing for other women out there that may be going through the same thing. Send me advice. Like, I need it. Like, I need to know. Because kind of scary time for me right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry that our technical difficulties happened. But love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Ladies, even men, take time to yourself out there as well. Stay, get away from the women and, assist the women as well. Kids out there, help your parents, help your mothers, whatever they need without the mouth, without being smart or anything like that. Yes, mom. Yes, ma'am. That's the response they should get. Help them out. And we'll be tuning in next week for another episode of our Women's Health Month. Love you guys. Take care. Bye. We're out.